Shri Bhagavate Samhita, Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Om Sanchidananda Parabrahma, Purushottama Paramatma, Shri Bhagavate Samhita, Shri Bhagavate Namaha.
Hello and welcome to Don't Catch That Shit. I'm your host Deekay, and today we are going to talk about another very important topic, and that is vulgarity. Look at what is happening nowadays in our society, in our community. Wherever you go, you will find that the norm for vulgarity, the norm for social values regarding the exposure to our body, it has changed a lot in past few years, especially after the social media. All these social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and many other. After the provision of reels and all these short clips, we have seen this growing trend where a lot of people are exposing their body in a way that doesn't look nice. I'm not talking about being modern here. Being modern is quite acceptable, and we have been ancient as well as modern. So our culture has carried these two aspects, and there is a fine balance of preserving our ancient values, ancient culture, as well as at the same time, we are not regressive people. We are progressive, but there has to be some fine balance as to what we should be portraying on these social platform. So when we see all these young people who are unnecessarily exposing their body, as long as it is required for your job, it is required for your field of fashion or movies or any other thing, if it is a necessity, then that is a different thing. But recently we see that a lot of young people are showing their body parts, exposing their body parts in a way which is not decent, as in that it should not be exposed in a way that has been shown in our reels and many other ways. So I think you understand what I'm talking about. A lot of people has made this as a way of earning. So if you see their accounts, in their accounts, almost all the pics or all the reels are that kind of stuff which is not as per the norms of a decent society. And these people are making such thing as new normal. It shouldn't be made as new normal, because any healthy society would not look at a woman body or a man body from the eyes of lust obliquely. It encourages bad elements to look at woman body or a man body that way, which should not be encouraged in any healthy, any cultured, any civilized society. So I'm not talking about the aspect of being progressive or being modern here. I'm just talking about those people who has made this way of exposing a medium of their earning. You might have seen thousands of likes of views or likes for these things, and that encourages them further. And a lot of young girls and boys, they are from decent families also. Now they would start to take these things as new normal, and unfortunately, this trend is going very fast. This trend is getting bigger and bigger, and you would see that people are not hesitating in showing their pictures from their bedroom, their washroom, and all that stuff, which is their private thing. As long as it is required for something necessary. Otherwise, consistently posting such pictures, such reels, where you are exposing your body part, which you should not be exposing that way in public. Whatever remains in your bedroom remains in your bedroom. Whatever remains in your washroom remains in your washroom. Why you have to make this as a public display? Why it has to be an exhibition of what you do in your bedroom or what you do in your washroom? It shouldn't be that way. Yes, we can understand in certain fields like bodybuilding, gymming, and fashion and other relevant fields, which quite often requires to click such pictures where a person shows the body parts. Bodybuilder is required to do that. I'm not talking about that thing. That is his field, his her field, where they are spending a lot of hours to build their body, and that way they want to inspire others to build their body that way. But if you expose your body from the point of view of encouraging lust, encouraging the display of your body part in a way that looks vulgar, that doesn't look decent, then that is questionable. Then as a society, as a community, we need to question our values here. It is what kind of display that we want to portray in our society. Then we need to also think that where we need to draw a line between such a display of vulgarity and pornography. And magazines like Playboy or some other things, what kind of difference that you are going to make between these things and the kind of things that you are displaying in your social media platform, and trying to make this as a new normal. So you need to think again about this thing, that where is the line that we are drawing, especially when people are making certain dance movements, as long as it is as per certain styles, or it is your field, that is a different aspect. But just to catch the attention of public in general, and you make certain movements which are quite vulgar, then it's a matter of rethinking. As a society, as a community, we need to think again which kind of data, which kind of content we want to have in our social platforms. Unfortunately, this kind of content gathers a lot of attention. This kind of content has got a lot of views. And that makes such trends more popular, such ideas of earning money through these shortcuts and making your body as a way of earning or gathering attention or making the lust or the other aspects very normal. So this is something that we need to relook as a society. Remember that we are not talking about here being orthodox or being regressive or not being modern. What we are talking about is that we can be progressive, we can be modern without being vulgar. We can go forward as a society. Modernity need not be vulgarity. That difference we need to draw here. You can be as modern as possible without being vulgar. You can be as cool as possible without being vulgar. So it's not about how much cloth you have on the body. It is about what kind of message that you are giving through that. Are you attracting the attention of lust? What kind of movement that you do through your body? What is that you're showing? What kind of angle that you are having for your pictures? What is that really you want to show? Public catch that. People who view your photographs, your videos, your reels, they catch your intention behind what you are giving. If your intention behind what you are giving is to attract the eyes of lust, or in a way that is very, very vulgar, people knows that. And unfortunately, that has become quite popular now. You're showing your private parts in a way which is not appropriate on a public platform. Certain things which should be there in your private areas, in your bedroom, it should not come out publicly. So as a society, as a community, we need to think about this. How can we make such things normal? In this context, we have many stakeholders. The one thing is that the person who is creating such content, and the other is their parents. And unfortunately, what we see is that nowadays parents are also not much bothered about such thing. Even if their kids are posting vulgarity, they are not bothered about that. Maybe they are not checking that thing much, or maybe they have accepted this as a new way of gaining attention, new way of earning money. But this is not the values that we have in our community. The cultural identity is not such that we end up showing vulgarity, we end up selling vulgarity. If it is there in certain movies, or the cinema is known to give us a lot of things, but that is cinema, and they have certain certifications of the adult certification is there. It is not given to 18 and below. We need to see that what kind of content is there on social media. Unfortunately, our kids are also getting exposed to such content. Nowadays, we see parents are giving mobile phone to 7-8 years boys and girls, and they are getting exposed to such content. There is no check. There is no such mechanism as of now in so many social media platforms that such content is not exposed to certain age limit. So this is where we need to look into this area of great concern. That what is that we are showing? What is that we are, as a community, we are accepting? what is that thing we are accepting as new normal? Youth is showing their body part in a way that is close to pornography. Social media is not that kind of platform where you go on exposing your body part in a way that looks weird, that looks like a porn. If someone is posting a pic in two pieces, if it is required for their job of fashion or modeling or bodybuilding, that is fine. It doesn't come under vulgarity, or if it is required, it is fine. But often we see that the kind of content people are putting is provocative. It is suggestive. So that kind of content, if someone is posting that thing consistently just to grab the attention or to earn money, then social media is not the right platform for that. If you really want to promote pornography, then social media is not the right platform for that. There is another aspect of this is regarding the social media platform itself. It is questionable that their algorithms looks like they encourage the content that has the shocking value or the content that has provocative value. Those kind of contents are having higher reach through the platform itself. Is it that kind of case that these platforms, they themselves are getting such content popular? Also, there has been many cases against these companies like Meta and other social media platform companies. Recently, even Australia has banned social media for 16 and below age group. Why they had to ban social media platforms for 16 and below? That is something we need to look into. Which kind of threat these platforms are posing to our young minds? The vulgarity is one such thing that is not good for our young minds. Too early they are getting exposed. Kids are getting exposed to such things. And in fact, there has been allegations, there has been certain cases against these social media platforms regarding they're not able to safeguard which kind of contents are getting exposed to kids on these platforms. It's a responsibility of parents as well. It's a responsibility of all these platforms. At the same time, people who are creating such content, they are also answerable. And also people who are consuming such kind of content, they have to rethink about their values here. Unfortunately, these kind of contents are getting quite popular. That's why youth are creating such content. They like decency, and if something is required, let's say if a bodybuilder is required to post a picture of their progress, then it's understandable that they want to inspire the audience. They want to inspire others regarding the physical health, regarding building the strength and stamina. So there is a responsibility which lies with parents also, that from what age they would allow the social media exposure to their kids. And this is also a responsibility towards the owner of these social media platforms, that which kind of content they want to allow on their platforms. The reality is quite contrary to what they claim. In fact, these kind of shocking content, explicit and suggestive content, have way much higher reach than the content which are inspiring, which are motivating, and which gives the right direction to our youth. Our Indian culture is based on certain values. Unfortunately, these social media platforms, they don't value these values of Indian culture. I'm not talking about orthodox or being regressive here. All I'm saying is that modernity is not vulgarity. We can be modern without being vulgar. We need not sell vulgarity, lust on social media platforms. If anybody wants to show the content, the explicit content, then they can have their own website and they can make sure that they get the right audience for that. On social media platforms, we have families, we have kids, and we need to have some sort of values here that you are putting the content which is quite comparable to even pornography. If you keep on posting the pics and videos of certain body parts consistently, then it is quite clear that you are doing it to grab the attention, to grow your account, and to earn money out of that. But for that, there are other platforms. You can use that and you can leave the social media platform for clean content. It's a responsibility of government, social media platform, of parents, of content creator. Everybody, every stakeholder put together need to make sure that such contents are not available on these platforms. And this is not encouraging to youth also. Youth, they can and they are having mindset that if they can gain name and fame and popularity and money through these shortcuts of posting their body parts, then it gives a lot of discouragement to people who are choosing the long path, the hard work over these shortcuts for gaining name, fame, and money. Then they are also encouraged to choose such path where they have these things through these shortcuts. So the question is that what is the kind of values that you want to encourage in society, in youth? The consequences are not good, because this is a kind of waterfall effect, where when youth sees someone getting success through these shortcuts, then it gets into the mainstream. Once it gets into the kind of mainstream, once it becomes kind of new normal, and it becomes an accepted reality of our world, then youth is bound to accept that, is bound to repeat such things. Everybody would want to do that. The same thing, if through such shortcuts, if you can have name, fame, money, and then why would you do hard work? We need to also look into which kind of cases these social media platforms are facing. Are they deliberately encouraging this kind of content? Are they having the kind of algorithm where provocative, suggestive, explicit content are having higher reach through their algorithms, through their way of giving the reach to certain kind of content? That is something which needs to be investigated. If that is not the case, then why countries like Australia, they need to ban these kind of platforms? In India also, we need to have a relook about such content, about this kind of content creators, about our government policies. We need to have some kind of filtering mechanisms and some kind of best practices, so that we can protect the underage audience so that they don't get exposed to such content. All I'm saying is that you can keep certain things for your private groups, for your private profiles, or getting something in a public domain. If you are having a public post, then you need to evaluate the side effects, the consequences which are attached to getting this kind of vulgar content popular. You need to have that which kind of message you are giving to the youth, to the coming generation, especially if you are known figure, if people follow you, if you are a celebrity, if you are a known person, then your responsibility is much, much higher than others, because people follow you. Youth looks up to you for values. People look up to you for ideals. If you yourself start to make the vulgarity as a new normal, as accepted thing, something which is desirable, then you are not considering the side effects, the consequences of that. Because thousands and lakhs of people watch you, they idealize you. Then when they see vulgarity coming out of you, then they would think that this is something which is desirable. This is something which is doable, something that we should also do. We should not encourage this kind of content, these kind of shortcuts, because youth will start to follow the same thing. They would also make these kind of things as a way of earning money. There are various stakeholders, the social media companies, parents, content creator, the celebrities, the known people who are out there. Together we need to make sure that these things do not become a new normal. Thank you. Keep writing, stay safe, stay healthy, remain aware and conscious, become the part of this movement. Until the next episode, be peaceful, blissful, and be aware. Dream tare kita do na dirana, dream tare kita do.